If you're in high school and you don't have your own AI agent team, what are you doing? By doing this, I doubled my productivity and made thousands of dollars building bots for businesses. Yet no one talks about it. Here's what you're gonna do. Go to ChatGPT, click on Explore GPTs, and in here, search Maya Idea Generator.
Meet 22-year-old Swetha Tandri, the "What are you doing, girl?" of AI, a Gen Z AI genius making math sing and education stick. She's the founder of Melodies for Math, where tough equations turn into bangers. Think of it as a remix your math teacher never made. Swetha also co-leads Impact 10 at Get Skills with over 40,000 followers, helping students build real-world digital skills and land paid gigs. That's how I found her on Instagram. She's not just building tech, she's building a movement, all while studying computer science in Austin, Texas. And you've been waiting so patiently for this. Backed by popular demand, Talanoa Time is back with our first guest, Swetha Tandri. As the great navigators we are going global and we are sailing to the beautiful city of Austin, Texas.
So can you see? All right. Maloni everyone. Welcome. We have another Talanoa Time. It's been a while since we've done one of these on the Tokelau Tech platform, but we've got a really special one today. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I came across your account on Instagram last year, and it really stood out for me, and I couldn't believe, because I've never really seen anything like that before, the way that you kind of you show up to the world and your branding. It's to the fact that you are young, and I feel like there's a lot that we could learn, that older folks can learn from you. So that's why I wanted to bring you to this platform. So if you could kind of tell me about how you got into AI and these skills as well, how it all started. Thank you.
Okay. I guess I got introduced to AI late 2022, early 2023, but at the time there was not that much education about it, and I wouldn't call myself an AI hater, but I was like, you're talking about AI way too much. Like, I don't want to use it for all these things. Like, but I at the same time, I got involved into skills because one of my friends really loved my math TikTok where I wrote math songs and uploaded them, and she really liked it. I had a bunch of followers, so she's like, I want to build a platform that will allow students to create their own internships. So AI was not even a part of the program at the time. So we built something which is like, okay, you can use this framework to create your own internships. That was the whole idea. But my friend convinced me to try out AI, to try out like ChatGPT, Midjourney, like all the tools.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. Because if you can train your AI to act a certain way, to act like you, to act however you want, it's pretty good to be a springboard to achieve what you want in a short amount of time. Because there are a lot of people who have like these big ideas for like what they want to do, but they feel like they have no idea where to begin, or they feel like they don't have the full skill set. So I'm just like, if you use AI not to cheat, but like not to do everything for you, but as someone that can supplement you, like an extension of a limb that you have, then it's only good, because people did not like iPhones in the past. They did not like calculators in the past. But those just end up being extensions of ourselves that make our lives easier. The only thing that people should not do is to get consumed by it. You know, like people should still have their power when dealing with AI. Like, you're using the AI, you should not let the AI use you. Like, that's what I always say.
Yeah.
So I got involved in AI early 2023, and then I started building my own AI agents towards the late part of that year. And then we decided to alter the program so that that everybody like learns how to use AI to help them create their own opportunities. And that's how we landed with our mission statement, which is every student AI powered, because we want every student to use AI to power themselves. And even now, because on my social media, only like 20% of my followers are students, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm like it's students, leaders, businesses, and professionals. Why don't we talk about everyone? Because it's an ecosystem. Because the students become professionals who may work with business owners, or who could end up becoming business owners. But yeah, I was surprised when I found out that only like let me actually pull up my audit statistics because that's actually
Yeah, that's great.
very, very interesting. Only 22% of my followers are in high school. Um,
Wow,
so everyone else is older.
that's really interesting.
I have almost 40,000 people following me. So
Mm.
I guess only 22% of that number is high schoolers. So I wouldn't say only 22% of the entire high school
Yeah.
population follows me. It's just 22% of my following is high school. And then I have another 20% that are college slash early workforce. So like I guess from
Oh,
age 18 to 24, which makes sense because I was in college
yeah.
for the majority of this. We have
Hmm.
10% toward 25 to 34, 25% from 35 to 44, 20% from 45 to 54, and then we got like two.
Wow.
Now we got 2% and 1% for people who are 55 and up. So
That's a big range, isn't it? But that just explains, that reflects the whole right, the need for upskilling, how important it is. And so I think you've hit AI at the same time that I did. Obviously, end of 2020. When did ChatGPT come out? Was it end of 2022? I think it was when it
I
was
think
made
yeah.
public. But what you did is that you actually, I mean, you were able to build agents, within the first 12 months,
Yeah.
which I think that's the difference between younger people and the different demographics, is that you guys are just not afraid to go and, you know what I mean? Like,
No, and also my friend told me like she's the one who's like way more futuristic than me. I feel like I'm kind of getting
yeah,
there. But she's like
yeah,
she's like AI agents just came out. Like we should build them within the first week, or we should change our entire program structure just to reflect that. So I feel like in a way I was kind of forced to. I mean, forced is not the right word, but like
yeah.
I kind of had to hop on it early because I'm exposed to friends who do that immediately. So
Surround yourself with
yeah,
people that uplift you, because that's the key. Remember, kids, like, honestly, that makes a huge difference. It's I see these quotes all the time on Instagram, but it's true. You're a testament of it. Okay, so that's awesome. I just want to get into now what what really stood out, what caught my eye about you
mm,
is, what is the story behind what are you doing? So you are known as the what are you doing girl. Such a genius marketing move. And I feel like it was genuine. Like, I feel like this is something that you probably would have said, or years ago, or a few years ago. So yeah,
like
tell me about this, because that caught my eye,
okay.
and the way you market is just crazy.
I feel like I wish I had a more interesting story, but back when I had my math account, um, which I still have it technically, but back when I was making the math videos, there was one video that I made which is like, if you're in high school and you don't know this math concept, what are you doing? Like, that was the first time I tried it out. But that was like that was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And that ended up being a video that got around 70,000 views on TikTok. And so
Really?
yeah, so I was kind of thinking to myself, like it was a combination of that and um I was working with a couple of students in my summer sprint last year, and then they were like they want me to like romanticize my life on social media because a lot of cool things have happened to me that I didn't really get to share. And so I'm like, I have a bunch of lore that I could spill, and I feel like everyone else is like that too because I'm the most normal person ever. So I'm just like I'm like, if you're in high school and you don't have a document with your lore, what are you doing? Like that was my first video I made on Skills with that. And that ended up being a video that got 1.4 million views on there. And then I'm like, why don't I just try this out for like every video? Even in real life, I'm like, if you're not doing this, where are you at? I also say where
Yeah.
you at. I say that as well, like in real life when I talk to
Were
people.
you at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get like if you're not with me having fun right now, where are you at? Like get over here. So like
Yeah.
I've always had that kind of energy. So
Yeah. The energy is so vibrant, and it's like, for some reason, I don't know whether you've been told before, but when you do that bit, I like, it captures me. And I feel, oh my gosh, what am I doing? It makes me question about my life. Like, it really is exactly what you need to hear. Because right now we're living in a time where we have to upskill, and we have to kind of, it's really, fast pace. So
yeah.
it's just a really, I think, never stop doing that.
Like one time in the beginning of April for April Fools, I said that I was gonna stop saying "What are you doing?" And I had 20 people actually freak out about that. And then I just say
Yes, right.
check the date, and they were like, "Oh,
Oh. Oh my gosh, you fooled me just then. No, because do you have T-shirts and branding like um, jerseys made? You know, because you should. You should.
I should," but I was a college student until last week because I only graduated a week ago.
Oh, congratulations!
Thanks. And my friend who would normally handle merchandise and all that has been sick for like 3 months,
Oh,
and only now she's just starting to recover. And,
okay. Don't want to push you.
well, I have my math business, this business, talking about AI for adults and just any like fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I'm everywhere.
Yeah. Let's get into that though. I mean, obviously know that AI is going to bring a lot of opportunities for for a lot of people. I just want to understand like what does impact and income look like with AI and from your perspective.
Oh, well, I should probably know because I say follow the community to make impact and income with AI. I say that a
Yes.
lot. So
Yes.
what it means personally for me is to just like use my like first like figure out like what my unique gifts are and find out how I can use AI to fill in gaps like wherever I see in my community and then just receive money and appreciation for doing so. Like I feel like I feel like that's a very simple framework, but
Absolutely.
I feel like we as a society made things very complicated with how we blew up like how we work and make money and stuff because in places that were more community oriented, we all just found ways to make impacts and help each other grow. But now it's like all these B2B companies be like, I feel like we're like they're making problems and selling the solutions
Mm,
a lot of the time. But for me, it happens to be in education and it happens to be a market that's pretty slow, which is why I'm trying to figure out how I can speed things up. But there are plenty of other industries where like you can use AI to get like massive impact and massive money like very fast. But I guess I'm not playing that game for now, but you can. Or like you can go on any path that you want, like with AI and knowing like your unique skills. Cause
mm,
because like we're all taught to compete. But if you know like
yes.
but if we know like what we uniquely offer, then there's no need to compete with anyone. But yeah.
I love that perspective because we do. I mean, so I'm a different. Obviously, I'm way older than you, but when I grew up, it
Uh,
was all about like who can make it to the top or make the most money and be successful. But yeah, you just stay true. I think you're staying true to yourself right now in your field, and you've got different projects going on, and you serve a lot of people. But what you're doing is actually really impactful work. What's the messages that you could have for young people, high school students, people that go into the workforce, your audience? What's your main key points? It's just how do you make that bridge, that connection, demystify AI, the fear, getting rid of the fear, the opportunities that you can take.
wow, I have a lot that I can say about it because there's so many different angles that you could take, like based on my work. Because not only am I pushing messaging that allows people to accept AI, which may be already hard for people to do, I'm on top of that. I'm saying you can create your own opportunities without waiting for someone to give them to you. So those are two big messages that I'm trying to do at the same time.
I love it. Yeah.
So, like if it takes a while for people to like internalize the messages, then that's not wrong because I'm just saying a whole lot of things. But with AI, what I would say is like just take small steps. Like you don't have to build an AI agent in like like the first week of you using AI, but maybe you can probably like even ask AI like what AI can help you with
Yeah.
because you can just give information about your life and then you can just say like I want to be an ethical human being, like I don't want to cheat, like I don't want to like do anything like that, but I want to find out how to use AI to uplevel my life. Where can I begin? And AI can literally tell you like it can give you tips. um and like
Yeah.
just something simple like talk with an AI tool for like 3 minutes, even like not even very long, and then like just see what happens. Because the more comfortable you get, the more you can decide to spin it and decide to create a lot of things. Because I've turned AI into my therapist, which I don't recommend that anyone does that until they're already self-aware. Because
Yeah.
because a lot of times I tell the AI, wait, that's not how you're gonna respond because you're gonna you have to admit that I'm wrong. You can't just say that I'm right like all the time and then it's like, oh
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not it doesn't have a conscious or anything. It's just a robot. Like it's just going to be yes, no,
Yeah, like there's
kind
so
of.
there's so many like funny Instagram reels talking about like how like the most recent update of ChatGPT is trained to basically be your hype man to say yes to everything you say.
I know. Yeah. Is
And
it the three? Is it the four? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, it's four. And
Four.
I'm like it can be, but also you have to be self-aware to just tell it to
Mm,
not agree with you every time you. But
yeah.
it's honestly very sad that we're in a place in which people constantly are very emotionally depleted. That they
Yes.
that they need somebody, even if it's a robot, just to tell them yes, like all the
I
time.
agree. Like when I saw that I think it came out from Harvard University, the top use case 2025 is a therapy. I couldn't believe the top three was actually human emotion, or their top one is crazy, and I wonder if that's going to escalate because of the we live in very how do we say it, weird times at the moment, and I guess how do you balance that?
I guess the thing is that I would say is that don't assume like don't tell an AI something that you wouldn't want like
Yeah,
a random employee at OpenAI knowing because they could look at the stuff like
yeah, it's a good way to put it.
all the conversations. And also a lot of the ChatGPT conversations are used either to be sold to advertisers or to train the larger model. So it's like only stuff that you feel would be okay, like with the model using as training data, then you can talk to it about. Um, because
Yeah,
whenever I talk about situations, I don't name names for people or I give fake names because I make situations very vague. But
yes, yes,
I'm just like if you want like a place where you can trauma dump like without everyone finding out, get a journal
yeah,
because like someone's gonna find out.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, AI literacy, right, is understanding. That's all
yeah,
part of it. So that's where we're at in New Zealand. Is the foundations. But I think in the US, there's Trump is making it free education AI, right?
I
Yeah,
guess I don't know if he's making it free. He said he's making it
hmm
mandatory, and then
mandatory. Sorry.
he's gonna say that the schools have to figure it out. Um,
Yeah.
like within the schools in the U.S. though, like the place that we're seeing the most traction is actually Hawaii, which I'm very happy about. I was surprised about that too, but
Oh yes, I did see. Yes, you did post something about that. That's interesting. Wonder
yeah.
why. That's yeah. You do need to go there.
I do. I love it because like
Yeah.
I have a couple of friends who can show me all the spots, and I met them through Skills actually. But
Oh,
I guess I'll say a few things about that can help me that I understand why it was easy for us to get traction there. Well,
yeah.
three reasons actually. Number one, one of our investors and his business had ties to Hawaii already, so that was
Oh.
like I guess from a practical standpoint. Second,
Mhm.
they're already like isolated from the rest of the US. So I guess they're used to doing some things differently. They already have their own culture that we want to make sure that they continue to still have. And also how to make sure that they use AI in a way that's ethical that keeps that moving forward. That like they're open to exploring that. And lastly, I feel like Hawaii is very community oriented, probably more so than even my state. Cause like my friend
Yeah.
my friend has a therapist and she switched to another therapist and somehow that therapist knew her like from her skills efforts even though they're both on different islands so like word gets around
Yeah. Oh
um
my gosh. Awesome.
and, and also there are two things that the students are facing. Number one, they want to learn how to give back to their community better that because they're already community oriented like they just don't know how to do it. Or number two, I guess depending on specific islands, like some of them don't have as many opportunities as others. So they're like, instead of looking for opportunities locally, why don't I use the internet to find opportunities digitally from where I currently am because of the isolation? So that's what appealed to some of them.
It's Tokelau is very close to Hawaii, and we're part of the South Pacific. We're all one
Yeah.
community. Everything that you said is bang on 100%. We are community based. I can see your brand now that you're finished graduating and everything. Now you've got so many options. How do you expand? What would you do? Now you're going to go to Hawaii, but I would love for you to expand to New Zealand as well. Our audiences. Hawaii is one group.
Mm-hmm.
We've got many islands out here. We've got in the South Pacific, Samoa, Tokelau, Tonga. We're all really similar in the Māori community. So we all kind of operate in a way of community, and that's all connected by the Pacific Ocean. So what do you think is a way to connect with us and expand your brand? Because I would love for you to come over to New Zealand or to online, and I feel like you should go trial, in Hawaii and then expand because you're coming closer to New Zealand.
Yeah. I'm just really happy that you brought that up.
Yeah.
I guess one thing that would help me is I guess for you to tell me a bit more, like, because you said that y'all are in the early stages of AI, right?
Yes.
So like, what does that look like?
The basic AI. We understand AI is machine learning. We're just starting to understand machine learning and deep learning and that's probably that's how early we are.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like one of the things that people start with AI is the machine learning, but that's also like one of the misconceptions because like you can
really
it's like you can make a lot of impact with AI without having to know machine learning. Like I don't know machine learning at all. One of the analogies that I used even with someone I talked to yesterday, I don't even know who I talked to yesterday, but they really like this analogy a lot. It's where I'm like, everyone knows how to drive the car, but not everyone needs to know how to fix the engine. But like all of us just go like at least for AI, we are still operating from the fixing the engine mindset, where everyone's always like, oh, in order to succeed with AI, I have to do LLM stuff. Like whatever I do, even just by using AI tools is useless. I'm like, okay, well, people probably thought like 20 years ago that typing skills were useless, but now everyone needs to know how to type. Like so much that it's implied that you have typing skills once you reach a certain point. So like that's kind of that's where I see AI skills being, but because AI is gonna affect every career, right? But my cousin, like I'm a computer science degree holder. I don't know how that happened, but my cousin is like, coding makes me want to vomit. Like, AI is still gonna come for his career, like regardless. So like everyone needs to know like how to use these tools, and the field of people that are most at risk are college graduates, aka people who are in my range.
I mean, it's scary for them, but yeah. Well, I did want to talk about your top 3 AI tools for beginners, and habits.
Okay, my top 3 AI tools. Okay, let me because like some of the AI tools that I'm gonna say are very specific for a specific use. I guess ChatGPT or like Claude. I'm gonna put both of them in the chat. Are
Cool.
good for, like general use tools. It's like ChatGPT is more, I don't know how to say this. It's more rigid, I would say, like unless you know how to make it exactly what you want. But Claude is more like it uses a more deeper model, like that's not just like this. So like I recommend people try out both of these.
I love Claude.
If there are people who want to build chatbots for businesses, because that's a very popular topic, even within my.
I know.
Tidio AI is a good one. Like I actually made a video about it, like about making chatbots that got 60,000 views. They still did not reach out to me for a sponsorship. I'm disappointed.
The chatbot thing is a popular use cases, but I feel like you have a bit of you can think beyond that.
For who want to build websites with AI, I think there's one called like Durable AI. I'm using Replit at the moment. I love that.
I love Replit. It's just because I don't know how to I don't know JavaScript. I only know SQL.
I actually used Replit since 2020, so I've seen the how far they've grown, and incorporating the AI element. But one thing that sucked is in the past I could make an unlimited amount of websites for free, but now I can only make 3 for free before they say I have to pay for it. I'm like, dang.
Oh yeah. Oh, so right. Oh yeah, that's what happens when they get big, eh? The other thing was, what should we talk about? Okay, so I do want to get into your. Oh yeah, are you able to talk to me about a real like a success story? That how you've helped someone through D-Skills or through your work, even on Instagram. Do you know, any wins?
Sure.
A student, parent, or a business owner?
Okay. I guess this will be a student and a business owner. Because there's I met one of my friends through DeSkills. She went through one of my first sprints, in January 2024, and now she's going to Portugal with me for a business trip. So there's been a lot that happened in between when we met and where we are now, but basically she and I met in a online community that turned out to be a cult, and so she and I both got out of there. But
Oh my God. Good that you went out of there. You didn't get sucked in.
we met when I was 21, she was 17. So I was like, oh my God, like another younger person who's here, who's taking initiative and being a part of these programs. But little did we know that we were vulnerable and lured into a cult. So, but we were the youngest people there because everyone was like much older than us. So we started talking. I was doing an unconventional path doing skills and college. She was in high school and she had a baking business, and she now has her own in-person building for her business, which happened over the past 2 years. But
Wow.
I told her about skills and that we had a cohort coming up, and she could use AI to help her create her own opportunities because that's what she was coming to me about. So she was a part of my January cohort. And one of the favorite things that she liked to do is build bots, like build AI agents, like whether for herself or for businesses. So she used that to enhance her own baking business. While I was texting her one day, I'm like, Sophia, how do you know the right memes to send to me? Like whenever I'm telling you about a moment that I'm really sad or very happy, she knows the right meme, the right GIF, the right everything. Like she sends the right thing to make me happy. I'm like, you could help so many people with this. Because do you know how many businesses and content creators have like newsletters that are so bad, that are so dry, that like
Joy.
that no one wants to read them? Because she's also good at making bots that have good tone. Like the bot can have a sassy person. Like she's also good. So I'm like, why don't you
check it out?
why don't you help a business owner with that? So turns out the leader of that cult ended up reaching out to me just the week before I was about to leave. And it was like, I heard that you were the AI girl in my community. So would you like to build a bot for me to help me with my newsletters? And that was a whole nother ethical issue because I was like, I could help you and then leave peacefully without you having to come after me. But then I would have contributed to a tool that could manipulate other people, you know? Or I could say no, and then she'll constantly be on my back, and then I wouldn't be able to help people in my existing businesses. So either way, I'm harming people. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna build the bot. She can decide how she wants to use it from there. So I asked Sophia to help me out. We both built a bot, and I think it's still being used in the newsletter. And then she was like, "Drop me your PayPal," and she sent me $2,000. I'm like, "Oh no, I got cult money," but I did. I did end up sending Sophia 1,000 because like she ended up doing like more than half of the work.
Oh, fair. Nice.
So that is how she and I made big girl money from a cult. We stole money from and then after that we had projects where we were building bot for a business, an educational business in Dubai. So I guess we're just going all over the world. And then through a skills follower who connected me to the founder of a private school in New York City, as well as a venture firm that she does with her husband. They have international events that they have students come to where they do impact projects for businesses. And then they asked me, how would you feel helping us out with the marketing and building a bot? And we will have you in Portugal for our summer event. And then I'm like, who better to have with me than Sophia, like with this? And so I brought her on. And she's willing to cover both our like living expenses and everything, like housing, lodging, and giving us a chance to go to this event. And plus half my flight ticket is reimbursed because I'm chaperoning the kids. So I'm getting a full European experience for $750 basically. And Sophia is also getting something similar. And she and I are helping this company a lot with our marketing, building a bot, and we're also being tied to a marketing agency that could use our help. So we're also doing that kind of work. But that's what she and I are looking forward to. We're already doing a countdown. There's
Mm.
39 days left until we go. We
Oh,
we are very
it's
thrilled.
gonna be. You know what? You're gonna go, and it's gonna be really hot. There might be a heat wave because last year they did in Portugal and Spain. So, but I'm just saying that because I'm jealous.
Sophia, this is her first time leaving the United States ever. So
Oh,
she got herself a passport just for
yeah,
this. And
yeah, exciting.
as soon as she got it, she sent me the picture of it, or of the
Yeah,
front. I'm like, and then she's like, "Oh my God, I'm glad that I met you because ever since I met you, my life has only been going up." And I'm like, I'm very happy for you.
absolutely. I 100% agree. You know, something about you and, well, actually, the American market, American students, American mindset, they're very innovative and not afraid to take that leap and just try things. How long did it take you to learn how to create a AI agent?
Well, honestly, it like depending on how complicated you want your agents to be, you can decide to be a lifelong learner. But in order to build like your first bot that's very simple, it probably only
Simple.
takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you used ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Uh,
ChatGPT Plus, but for all the students who are in my Impact 10 programs, we
mhm,
have a community account and we give students the Plus account. Like 5 logins, and each login has like 6 people on it. So all of them like share a login and they build the bots. Or like so sometimes if it's like a family version of a product that we're selling, they can buy the login for themselves if they want. Or sometimes based on schools that we partner with, if schools give kids access to Plus, because that's happened before,
mhm.
then that's happened as well. Because like
Um,
one of our clients right now that's deciding to renew with us for 2 years since they finished their pilot program, they're insanely loaded. According to my friend who used to go there, like they own a good part of the land of one of the Hawaii islands, and they're like a school. So it's like wow, they have a lot of money, and they're very happy to like use that to like give roll that out to their students, and I'm so grateful. But yeah,
Yeah, see, you're changing lives because you're impacting. You know, you're teaching people how to create and build, right, and craft. Um, yeah, drop that link.
I just have Expedition AI for middle
Yeah,
school. I like it's either a school offering or an at-home offering based on like what people decide to look at. And then there's
hmm
Impact 10, which is also again at school or at home. Although Impact 10 does not explicitly have an at school page yet because we're still figuring out how at school works. I have like a separate form that I send people who are interested in school partnerships for Impact 10, but there's Impact 10 school and Impact 10 home, and that's for like high school because yeah,
yeah,
Expedition AI is all about like, okay, if you're a middle schooler, how do you dip your toes in AI? Like, how do you try out all these
mm,
AI tools and see which ones you like and create cool projects with them that you can have on your portfolio? But Impact 10 is like, how do you take AI and your own skills and create an internship out of it,
love that.
as well as a LinkedIn network.
I feel like this is something that the opportunity for New Zealand, for the people out here, because we, like I said, we're in that journey. Um, what's one AI habit that changed your workflow?
One AI habit that changed my workflow. I guess I created a business development agent who is there just to help me with business brainstorming. So
Yes,
I created like 4 different modes for the brainstorming. I gave it like a human name, a human personality because I can. And I'm like, these are the 4 different modes that I want to work on. And if I click on one of the buttons, you have to understand that this is the mode that I'm talking about. You should be able to ask me questions. You should be able to switch to another mode if I ask. It's like it's that kind of thing. So that's been a really good habit for me of deciding like who do I reach out to partner with, like what kind of
yeah, audience.
content do I film? How do I improve my mindset so that I'm not like spiraling on a certain day? So those are all things.
Stage. You just need to think really critically and deeply to use these tools. Um, so I love that. So I guess if I had one more question for you, it would be probably this: what would is your main message when it comes to AI, and what are your hopes and dreams of it in the future and aspirations? Yeah, for
My
people.
like I guess my biggest takeaway with AI and my biggest hopes and dreams about it is that like AI has the potential to literally be like the internet 2.0 because the internet really like changed the way that we operate completely. So I definitely see like AI taking things a step further. Um,
Mm,
in terms of like where I see it going in the future, I'm still working on becoming more futuristic than I currently am.
yeah.
I'm still used to getting out of the mindset of hustling just day to day and imagining what I believe the future could look like. But
Hmm.
what I see, like I really want AI to be in a position where people can tap into it to become the best versions of themselves. Because if everyone's the best versions of themselves, then we'll have like much better communities as well. Because
Society. Mm,
everything's kind of put together. I mean, I feel like society will always have like ebbs and flows, but even if we
yeah.
even if we just try to be more community oriented in general, which I know it can be like a contradiction, you know, AI community oriented, especially if AI is causing a lot of disconnect with how people are using it. But I mean,
Mm,
I believe that it's possible. Like if we see AI as a tool instead of something that we can drown into. So like
yeah.
definitely like there's a lot of systemic things in play here. It's not just the AI that's causing the issues, and it's not just AI that's going to solve them either. But that's kind of where I see it.
That's, I love that. No, that's good. I love that. And oh my gosh, okay. I think I will. I'm really grateful for your time. There's so much that you've kind of you've dropped, and I can't wait to have a look at these skills and see your journey. To be honest, I can't wait to go to Hawaii and your trip to Portugal, because once you come to Hawaii, like I said, you're getting closer to the South Pacific, and you'll start. Hawaii is a really good like an intro to how Pacific Islanders kind of operate. We're very community based, and yeah, ethics is kind of like front and center. You know what I mean? As opposed to profit. I mean, that's my perspective anyway. But we also don't want to be left behind, so we want to
Yeah.
be able to. And I think your offerings is great for that. So I would love for students to and parents to work with you. Geez, even if you come down for you should start doing global seminars. You know what I mean?
I actually had like this dream like last evening where it's like because like as I'm connecting with more people in like different countries, but because like the places that respond to this most are like Hawaii and like other international schools in general. I'm like I would love an international schools tour or like even like just going to the countries and like doing like mini workshops on how students can create their own internships because I already have it in my head
Cool.
on how I want it to go. Like I just want it to happen. But like it just kind of sad though that a large part of the US is still behind in terms of in terms of the way I think. But Hawaii was one of the fastest to accept it. I mean, I'm sure that New York City is a close second, but it's not as much as Hawaii is. But
Yeah, yeah. I was in New York on Christmas, and yeah, they've been. Or no, they are there, obviously. So we're on the same journey. So
my friend who is Hawaiian, she went to New York City actually for an event for something, and
yeah,
she was she felt the disparity of like everything. It was insane. Cause like even when she said like thank you to the person making her food like in fast food, they looked at her weirdly. She's like, I just said thank you, but what like why are you looking at me like that?
oh,
But
I can relate to that.
uh,
I've been there a few times, and yeah, it's really, really strange for me to open the door. So yeah, this is New York hustle.
yeah,
But um, I really appreciate, man. We need to connect again and talk more. So you inspire me. I believe in reverse mentorship. You know, and you're one of the standouts for me.
thank you.
Really appreciate it, and I don't want you to stop. And congratulations.
Thank you.
So thank you for your time, Swetha. Honestly, I hope we can meet again.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.